I know it's backwards, so I'm going to fix that first. Good evening. Oops. Welcome to Facebook Live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And now we've got everything working like it's supposed to. And I'm living my life like it's golden. All right. Tonight we're going to talk about the window of opportunity, or what I call the window of wealth. The window of your wealth. How you see money determines how you seize money. How you see wealth determines how you seize wealth. And if you don't see money the right way, you'll never seize money the right way. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to start sharing this post and letting your friends and family know. I'm going to do the same thing. Start sharing this post on Facebook, on your Facebook fan pages, on your business page, on your personal profile. If you do that, in any groups you're a part of, go ahead and start sharing. Copy this link. If you are a member of the VMC, the Virtual Millionaire Club, which I'm going to talk about tonight. But I'm going to show you a principle about creating wealth, and why some people stay broke their whole life is because of how they look at money. It's not because of the job they have. It's not because of the skills they have, or the education, the amount of education they have, or how many degrees they have. But the reason some people stay broke their whole life is because of how they see money. And the reason other people are wealthy, and even if you took all their money away, they'd be wealthy again, is because how they see money. And so what you've got to do if you desire to create wealth for yourself and your family is you've got to figure out how to see wealth the way wealthy people see wealth, instead of seeing wealth the way poor people see wealth. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to go ahead and share this video with the people who you care about on your Facebook fan pages, in your groups, and on your Facebook profile. And when you do, what you're going to do, if for those of you who are members of the Virtual Millionaire Club, you want to share your link. So if people decide they want to buy the membership to this educational portal, then they will know where to go to get it. Okay, so I'm going to teach you some lessons about financial wealth. And for those of you who are wondering what is the Virtual Millionaire Club, I guess the best way for me to describe it would be to say it's basically a membership site, a membership website that's an educational portal that teaches you financial literacy, business development based on biblical principles. That's the Virtual Millionaire Club. That's what it is. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to take the live feed for this post and you'll want to share it wherever you share stuff, right? So I'm sharing it right now. It's so funny that I can see myself right here on Facebook. Technology is amazing, and technology is moving at a very, very rapid rate, which is why it's easier to create wealth right now than it's ever been in the history of the world. And it doesn't feel like it, though, because everything changes so fast. And because everything changes so fast, it really doesn't give you that much time to tool up. If you were born in, say, the agricultural age, you would have had thousands of years to get ready for the industrial age. If you were born in the industrial age, you would have had hundreds of years to get ready for the distribution age. But if you were born in the distribution age, you only had a couple of decades to get ready for the technology age, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I'll talk about that on another video, on another Facebook Live. But right now, everything's moving so fast. I was just on the phone with my brother, who is a professional photographer, and he's like, man, I want to use my cameras, but I don't ever use them because I have an iPhone, and the camera on my iPhone is so much better than my DSLR. And I know for me, when I shoot videos for my business, I've got about, I think, $12,000 worth of video cameras. I've got one $8,000 camera, and then I've got two $1,500 cameras. That's 11. Yeah, I've got about $13,000, $13,000 worth of video cameras, and I don't use any of them. I use my iPhone to shoot all of my videos because it shoots a better quality video than my $13,000 worth of cameras. That's how technology is changing. Now, what that means is that the playing field is getting leveled. So, and on a level playing field, everyone can win as long as they know how to play on a level playing field. But if you don't know how to play on a level playing field, if you're only used to playing on a playing field that's unlevel, and if you're the playing field that you're used to playing on is the field where the people up here make all the rules and the people down here abide by them, then you're going to go through life waiting for somebody to give you permission to do something you don't need permission to do, or waiting for somebody to dub you as something you don't need somebody to dub you as, or you're going to go through life waiting for somebody to say, okay, you're qualified, okay, you're certified, okay, you can go do this now, when in essence, all you got to do is go find a bunch of people who you can serve in that capacity, and if people are willing to pay you, that's certification enough. Obviously not to build a bridge or to do brain surgery, but I'm just talking about to serve people in a capacity. If you're, the idea that you have to go to an institution and learn from people who've never been in front of a camera so that you can get a degree in media so that you can be a broadcaster. You want to be a broadcaster, turn on your phone and start broadcasting, for crying out loud, right? Okay, so we live in an age where everything's available to everybody, but if you're used to everything, if you're used to living in an environment where you have to ask everybody for permission, and you've got to have somebody else dub you and say that you're qualified, you got to get a piece of paper from somebody who sells pieces of paper for tens of thousands of dollars. Well, if that's what you've got to do, then you're not prepared to win in this current economic infrastructure of the world, because right now everything's available to everybody. And so you don't need permission from a publishing company to write a book, and you don't need a permission from a record label to write a song, and you don't need a permission from Hollywood to make a movie. So do your thing, right? So that's I know I'm getting kind of amped already, and we're not even on to what I want to talk about yet. But go ahead and share this post. Invite people to come, and let me see. I want to share it on. No, I don't want to share it on public profile. I want to share it somewhere else. So no. Anyway, that's not working, so I'm not going to do that right now. Yep, discard. So what I want you to do is I want every one of you to go out and create a situation where you can change your life and you can change other people's lives. And I'm going to teach you a financial principle today. What I like to do when I do Facebook Lives is I like to teach the kind of content that you're going to find inside your membership. So some of you are already members of the Virtual Millionaire Club, and so you already realize the Virtual Millionaire Club is not a business opportunity with some content thrown in so everybody thinks it's real, right? The Virtual Millionaire Club is literally an educational portal that's designed to teach you business from a biblical perspective and financial literacy from a biblical perspective so that you can go out into the marketplace and you can rock the socks off the marketplace. And so I'm about to show you one of my favorite principles in creating wealth. And if you will apply this principle to your life, and I want to make sure, yeah, I've got to adjust this camera just a tad so that you can see the entire screen, okay? So you can see the entire whiteboard. And so what's going to happen, and some of you are wondering, why do you always have a golf hat on? Because I just got done playing golf today. Okay, my hair is all jacked up, so I said I'll keep my hat on. Yes, I could have brushed my hair, but then I wouldn't be able to tell you the story about it. I just played golf, my hair's all jacked up. Okay, so now you get it. So everything's a part of your story, right? So for me, I want to show you that how you see things is not the way things are. It's just the way you see things. And how you see things will determine how you seize things. And how you see money and how you see wealth creation will determine how you seize money and how you seize wealth creation. So here we go. Hope you're ready. So if you're taking notes, we're about to do some writer-downers, right? So we're going to talk first about a concept called it's called perspective. I learned that word when I was in elementary school. Actually, I learned how to do perspective drawings, like you start with a vanishing point and then never mind. Okay, we're going to talk about perspective. And perspective is the angle from which you look at anything. Okay? It's the angle from which you look at anything. So let's assume that you've got an intersection. We're going to say you've got an intersection right here. I'm pretty good at drawing intersections because I live in Tampa and we have a lot of them. So let's assume you've got an intersection of, I didn't do a good job on that street. That street's too narrow. It's two ways going that way and one way coming back. Okay. So So you've got an intersection right here, and you've got 4 people standing on this intersection, right? So you've got a person here, you've got a person here, you've got a person here, you've got a person here. And at this intersection, you see all of you, an accident happens. And you say, Myron, why did you do an accident with a red dollar sign? Well, I drew an accident with a red dollar sign for 2 reasons. One, if you have an accident, it's going to cost you some money, and you're probably going to go in the red, right? And the other reason, for most people, if they ever make any real money in their life, it's absolutely by accident. So that's why I represent an accident with a red X. So this intersection, you got 4 people. They see the same accident. Now I'm going to ask you a question, and I want y'all to answer me. They all see the same accident, but did they all see the same thing? They all saw the same accident, but did they all see the same thing? Come on, talk to me, peeps. Talk to me, my peeps. You are writing in there, so say something. So they all saw the same accident, but did they see the same thing? And my answer is they did not see the same thing. See this guy here? He's happy. This guy here? He's happy. You say, why are they happy? Well, they weren't in the accident. No, that's not right. I'm going to show you why they're happy in a minute. This guy right here, he's sad. This guy right here, he's sad. Okay, these are 2 sad people. These are 2 happy people. Now, you say, Myron, did they see the same thing? Everybody said no. That's right. They didn't see the same thing. Here's why they didn't see the same thing. They didn't see the same thing because they weren't looking at it from the same perspective, or they weren't looking at it from the same angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this like this, and I'm going to do this like this, I'm going to do this like this, and we're going to change this intersection into, you guessed it, it's a window. How cool is that? Was that cool? I thought that was pretty cool. How I transformed an intersection to a window. Now, so all of these people are looking out of the window. It's called the wow. The what? The wow. The window of wealth. All these people are looking out of the window of wealth. The reason these people are happy is because when they look out of the window of wealth, all they see is wealth and opportunity. When these people look out of the window of opportunity, all they see is lack and despair. Now, this person, we're going to give all these people a name, right? We're going to give all these people a name. They all have a name. So this person's name is Haj. His name is Haj, H-A-J, right? This person's name is Oj, O-A-J. This person's name is Os, O-A-S. And this person's name is Sms, S-M-S. Now, you say, those are weird names. I know, but you're going to be able to identify with one of these 4 people. You're going to be able to identify with one of these 4 people. And I want you to figure out, don't do it for me. Don't do it for me, but do it for yourself. Figure out which one of these people you are. Are you Haj? Are you Oj? Are you Os? Or are you Smooth? Who are you? Okay? So, Haj. What does Haj stand for? Haj stands for have a job. When he looks out of the window of wealth, the only way that he sees possible for him to get any money at all is for him to have a job. And I know there are people who are watching this presentation right now who say, but Myron, you have to have a job. And I'm going to tell you, if that's the case, then I starved to death a long time ago. Because here's the reality. I have not had a job. Okay, now, I didn't say I haven't worked. See, most people equate working with, people say, oh, I'm an internet marketer, I don't work. No, you work. You may not have a job, but you work, right? So I don't ever want to get to the place where I don't work. I have no desire to retire. I have a desire to aspire higher. Okay, I'm a poet and I know it and my feet show it because they're long. Okay, I'm done. So what I want you to understand, is I have not had a job since 1994. Now I'm not saying, oh, you're so wonderful. No, I just got to the place where my life I said, I'm not doing this anymore. I am not going to go to work for the man anymore. I'm not going to get up before I want to get up, eat faster than I want to eat, get in traffic I don't want to be in, so I can rush to a place I'd really rather not be, to work for somebody I really don't like and they really don't like me, so I can make a little bit less money than it takes for me to survive. Like, what kind of sense does that make? That's insane. Like, Why would I do that? Now, by the way, I'm not saying it's insane to have a job. I'm not fussing at you folks to have a job. I just said, for me, I got to the place, I said, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. In fact, it happened on my last job. I got fired right after I quit, or I got quit right after I got fired. I don't know, they both happened so close together that I just said, that's it. I'm done. It's over. I'll live in a tent. I'm not doing this anymore. And what happened, my wife and I, we worked at a children's home in Wilmersdorf, Pennsylvania, and that's a real town, right? So we worked at a children's home in Wilmersdorf, Pennsylvania, and there was a lot of politics and vying for positioning with the administration and people trying to get, in good with the, quote, powers that be. And, I am not a good politician, right? I don't know how to go along to get along. Like, if I say it the way I see it. And so they were probably looking for a way to get rid of me anyway, because they were probably tired of me voicing my opinion, right? So some other house parents accused my wife and I of stealing some food. Now, I don't steal, and if I were going to steal, food would not even be on the list, right? So I'm stealing some food, right? So we got called into the administrator's office. They're accusing us of stealing some food. And they're saying this ridiculous stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, and they had already done some stuff that had irritated me to the point where I was about ready to go off on somebody, okay? So the guy says, one of the administrators says something that's ridiculous, and my wife said, psh. And he said, you think this is funny, Tony? You think this is funny? To my wife. A man hollering at my wife. I don't holler at my wife. I said, hey, bud, I'm going to tell you something. You better not holler at my wife again. He said, he stood up, he said, I'm in charge of this meeting. I said, you can be in charge of the world. You holler at her again, we're going to have some problems up in this administration building. He said, that's it, you're fired. I said, you can't fire me. I quit 20 minutes ago. That was my last job. I told my wife on the way from that administration building to our cottage to pack up our stuff, I said, I will never do this again. I said, I will live in a tent in the woods, but I will never give anybody permission again to put me under their thumb and talk to me like I'm a slave. Ain't happening no more. No more, never. Never, ever. Anyway, so I got fired right around the same time I quit. I'm not sure which one happened first. I guess it depends on who you ask. So, anyway, people say you have to have a job, but you don't have to have a job. That's what all of that to say this. You don't have to have a job. I have not had one for many decades. And I make more money in a week, sometimes in a day, than I used to make in an entire year. So a job is not essential by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, the only reason anybody will give you a job is because they know they can make more money off the work you're doing than they're paying you, because if they didn't, they wouldn't hire you in the first place. Oh, I wish I had some help in here. Now, so this is Hadj. This is have a job, right? So Hadj is not a happy dude. Why? Because he has to work with people that don't like him and he don't like them. He has a boss that's always taking credit for his work. He has to be behind the same car on the way to work and on the way home every day. And he's tired. He's tired. Right? Has to ask for permission to go to his kid's football game, to his kid's baseball game, to his daughter's recital. He's tired. He's sick and tired. Okay? Oj said, I'm not doing, he said, I used to be like Hadj. I used to have a job. He said, I'm not going to have a job anymore. He said, I'm going to start my own business. And most people, when they have a job and they go and they start a business, what they do is they really go and buy a job. What do I mean by that? So they go out and start some kind of service-based business that requires their time, and a lot of their time. And if they're not there, they don't make money. Well, if you got to be there and do something to make it make money, you don't have a business, you have a job. And so he went from having a job to owning a job. That's what Oj stands for, own a job. I'm going to tell you something now. For those of you job owners out there, you can get a job for free. Why would you buy one? What you really should do is stop being, these two dudes are miserable. This dude has no money and no time. This dude has a little more money and has less time. Why? Because the better you are when you own a job, the more in demand you are, the more people are calling you, the more often people are calling you, the more you're on call, the less time you have with your family, the better you are, the better your reputation, your business grows, you have less and less time, and now you're working like a three-legged mule. Oj is miserable. Not because he doesn't have money, he's got more money than Hadj, but he got no time. So he owns a job. Got to have a job, own a job. Now Oj This guy right here is so happy because this dude, Os says, you know, life is good, people. Life is good. Here's why life, say, Os, why is life so good? He says, because I own a system. Ooh, I got chills when I did that. I wish y'all could see the hair stand up on my arm. He said, I own a system. And own a system, here's what own a system means. Own a system means you took some time to build something, even while it wasn't paying you, so then when you got it built, it would pay you even when you weren't working. Oh man, did you hear what I hope y'all picking up what I'm putting down. I said, Os is happy because he worked to build a system while it wasn't paying him. He was working on it. So that when he got it built, it would pay him when he wasn't working on it. That's called own a system. I'm talking about this dude, this joker right here is happy because he got what we call hands-free money. You remember when you were a little kid, you learned how to ride a bike with no hands, you were so happy? I'm going to tell you something. When you learn how to make money with no hands, you're going to be jacked out of your natural mind. It's going to be over like Grover. It's going to be on like Popcorn. It's going to be out of here like Vladimir. Okay, I'm done with the poems. But anyway, so I like to have fun. I hope you like to have fun. If you don't, you're probably watching the wrong dude, right? So Os is happy. Why? Because he built some systems. A system is something that when you build it, it takes care of you. Now I'm going to tell you something now. You better hear me and hear me well. If you don't own a system, you are walking on the edge of a cliff every day of your life. You say, Myron, what do you mean I'm walking on the edge of a cliff? See, here's what happens. Let me ask you this. What happens if you're at work and you injure yourself, or worse, let's make it worse. What happens if you're on your way home from work and you're at that intersection and you're the person in that accident and you can't work for 6 months and they're not going to give you workers' comp because you didn't get hurt at work, but you can't go out and make any money. What you going to do? I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to struggle. You know why you're going to struggle? Because while you had a job, you didn't build a system. You're so addicted to a paycheck that you will only work in exchange for money. I'm going to tell you something. When I first started building my businesses, I worked for a long time with no pay. But you know what it did? It taught me how to build systems. I was really, really bad. I got started selling insurance in 1985, and I was the worst salesperson in the history of the world. I know y'all think I was born selling stuff, but I wasn't. I was the worst salesperson in the history of the world. It took me 18 months to make my first sale. And the reason I tell you that is because that was one of the most valuable 18 months in my entire career as an entrepreneur. You say, man, why was it so valuable for you to work for 18 months and not earn any money? I'm going to tell you why it was valuable. It was valuable for me to work for 18 months and not make any money because, write this down, I was learning how to not work for money. And what you've got to do is you've got to learn how to not work for money. You have been so programmed, okay, I'm going to go do some work, I'm going to pay you some money. I'm going to go do some work, I'm going to pay you some money. You've been so programmed to work and exchange your time for money that you have not ever learned how to not work for money. See, I learned how to work, and the greatest lesson that I learned when I was working at selling, and I wasn't selling anything, I wasn't making any money for a year and a half, what I learned during that time was I learned probably after that time, that the stuff I'm working on is working on me. And the work the stuff does on me is more important than the work that I do on it. Everything that I work on is working on me. And the work that it does on me is more important than the work that I do on it. It's just like working out. You work out and you're giving it the best you got, but sometimes the best you got ain't very much. Right? But every time you work out, the workout that you're working on is working on you. And the work that it's doing on you is far more valuable than the work you're doing on it. You know, my wife goes to the gym. She likes the gym, right? I work out on the patio. My daughter and my son-in-law, they go to the gym. My son works out on the patio. We got 2 total gyms, a Schwinn Airdyne, and a Roman chair, right? So we work out at home. But guess what? It's not about where you work out. It's about that you're working on something that's working on you. The same thing is true in entrepreneurship. When you're working on a business and you're making presentations and nobody's buying, don't think, well, this isn't working. It's working. It's working on you. And even more more than you need the money from the sales presentations you're doing, you need the practice. Because practice doesn't make perfect, but practice makes improvement, and improvement makes money. Oh yeah, y'all popping the hearts now. This is heart-popping stuff. Okay? So we talked about Haj. Haj has a job. He's miserable. He's always miserable. Oj has a job. He's miserable. He has a little more money than Haj, but he has less time. Os is happy. Here's what Os has. He's got time and money. See this dude down here? He doesn't have enough money, and he doesn't have enough time to enjoy it. This guy has enough money, but he doesn't have enough time to enjoy it. This guy has enough money and enough time to enjoy it. You know what cracks me up? When people say, well, Myron, I know you're busy. No, you don't know I'm busy. You assume I'm busy because you're busy. I ain't busy. I'm productive. I work when I work, and I play when I play. And when I'm playing, I ain't thinking about work. And when I'm working, I ain't thinking about play. Well, most of the time I'm not. So I'm not busy. I'm productive, which means I don't have to be busy because I've allowed the work that I've done over the last several decades to do a work on me that allows me to live a life like Os. My man Os is the man. You know why? Because Os has built some systems, and those systems pay him whether he goes to work or not. And I'm going to show you a system that I have built so you can set yourself free and you can set your family free. I'm going to show you that here shortly. But don't hang up on me because I'm teaching you that if you're broke right now, if you're wondering, if you're rubbing two nickels, if you're trying to rub two nickels together to make a dime, and if you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, and yesterday there was a knock on the door, and Peter and Paul was there both at the same time saying, we want our money, we want it now. If that's where you're living, the reason you're living there is because you are either Haj or Oj, and you have no Os. And you need to become like Os and have some kind of, you got to have something that's making you money when you ain't working. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You have a snowball's chance in the fireplace of creating wealth for your family if you don't have a system that makes you money when you're not working. And I'm not telling you what the system has to be. I'm just telling you got to have a system. Go get yourself a system, please. And if after this presentation, you don't at least start looking for some systems and looking at some systems and say to yourself, I got to have a system, maybe the rest of us on Facebook should come get your family and take them to safety. Okay, I'm done being dramatic for now. So you say, okay, I understand who Haj is, I understand who Os is, I understand who Haj is, who Oj is, who Os is, who's Smz. Smz stands for sow money seeds. This is a guy who plants his money and his money makes him money. See, this guy, his systems make him money. This guy, his money makes him money. And here's what you want to do. These two people are happy because they no longer work for money. I didn't say they no longer work. Did you hear what I said? I didn't say they no longer work. I said they don't work for money. By the way, did you know, this is my belief, and a belief of a lot of other wealthy people that I know. Do you know that money is one of the worst reasons in the world to work? There are so many reasons to work that are better than money. Like, to work, okay, so what would be a good reason to work? Well, one good reason to work that's better than making money is the same reason we work out. I work to make myself better. Okay, personal development, that's one good reason for work. That's a better reason than money. I work to learn a new skill. We see there's another better reason than money. Work to learn a new skill. Wow, I'm going to work at this thing so I can learn this new skill. I'm not just going to work for the money. How about this? How about we work, watch this now, we work so we can develop relationships with people we don't have relationships with. Oh, there's a good reason to work. But see, some of you will never create wealth in your life until you break away from this idea that the best reason to work, the best way to make money is to work for it, and the best reason to work is to make money. That's ridiculous. That's pro-folk mentality. And you got to stop thinking like that. You say, Myron, why do you get so excited when you use Facebook Live? Because I hope you can tell, I really care about you. I'm going to tell you the hardest thing. When I first started making some relatively significant money back in the day, like back in 2003, 2004, when I first started making some relatively significant money, like 30, 40,000 a month, right? You know the hardest thing about that? I didn't have anybody to play with. Like, I had all this money and I had all this time, and when I'd go and do some work, and I had some systems in place that paid me, and when I wanted to go play golf on Monday, everybody was at work. When I wanted to go play golf on Tuesday, everybody was at work. If I said, hey, let's go on a cruise, nobody could go on a cruise. And it's like, only people I can play with, I mean, I'm not that this is bad. I love playing with my family, but nobody in my family plays golf. No, none of my children or my son plays like 3 times a year with me to appease his dad. Okay, Dad, here, you poor thing. I'll go play golf with you. My wife doesn't play golf. My daughter doesn't play golf. All my homies are at work. They're at their job. Why? Because they never took time to build a system. Build a system, and that system will take care of you for the rest of your life. I'm going to tell you another good reason to build a system. Another good reason to build a system and to sow money seeds and have automatic money coming in is because if you do that, you can work when you want to work, and you can take time off when you want to take time off. And that will make your life better. You get to choose. When you have something comes up, you got a family member that gets sick and you need to go spend some time with them, you can do it. Why? Because you got the time and you got the money. Right? So, I believe in life insurance. I believe that every good family member should have life insurance, because life insurance is not like car insurance. You know, car insurance, you die, if you wreck your car, you get a new car. House insurance, your house burns down, you get a new house. Life insurance, you die, you don't get a new life. So life insurance is not really life insurance. The purpose of life insurance is income replacement. It's really income replacement insurance. And when you buy life insurance, what you should be thinking about, how much money do I need to replace my current income for the people that I love the most that I'm leaving behind? And some people say, well, I don't want to leave him a fortune so he can run off with somebody. I don't want to leave her a fortune so she could be, so you want them to have to run off with somebody, marry somebody, start shacking up with somebody, so that, because they don't have enough money, but you don't want to leave enough money so that they have enough money to do that. The thinking is so erroneous, right? Here's what we got to do. Why not have some systems in place? Why not have an automatic system in place that's paying you $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $50,000 a month, whether you go to work or not, and if something happens to you, your family still has that income? There's no better life insurance policy in the world. There's no better catastrophic injury insurance or disability insurance in the world than owning a system. And do you realize that building a system is disability insurance that you can pay for with sweat equity instead of money? So what I'm going to urge you to do is to stop being Hadge and stop being Ose. Stop being Hadge and stop being Oj, and start owning a system, building a system, and then sow money seeds. Now, I am not going to pretend that my system is the only system out there. There are all kinds of systems. There's real estate systems. What you could do is you could go into real estate and you could get some houses. And generally speaking, a real estate property, if you have a real estate property, generally speaking, a real estate property is going to pay you about, generally, if you get a good one, it's going to give you $100 to $200 a month positive cash flow. So let's say you got $200 a month positive cash flow from a real estate property. You invest in a property, you rent it out, your mortgage on the house with all your taxes and insurance is $700 a month. Your renter is paying you $900 a month. You're making $200 a month positive cash flow. All you need now is 25 more houses or 24 more houses, and you're making $5,000 a month. See, that's called a system, right? Okay, so let's say instead of that, let's say you've got an ATM, right? Let's say you got an ATM machine. You got an ATM machine, and you charge people $2.50 per transaction. And let's say at your ATM machine, let's say you're doing, let's say you're doing 20 transactions a day. 20 transactions a day. No, you're going to do more than that. 20 would be 2 times 5 would be $50. So let's say you're doing 20 transactions a day. Is that right? 20 a day. 20 transactions a day, right? So that's making you $50 a day times 30 days. It's paying you $1,500 a month, right? Now all you need is $3.5 1.5 more ATM machines, right? But I'm going to tell you something. There's some service. And by the way, if you're going to be in the ATM machine business, you got to have some money to put in those ATMs. So you're going to need some seed capital to get that puppy started, right? Okay, so there are all kinds of systems out there. One of the best kinds of systems that exist is known on the internet, is called a membership website. Membership site. What is a membership site? A membership site is like Netflix. Netflix, $8.95 a month. You go out, you get 200 million members, and you're making $1.6 billion a month, or whatever that turns out to be, right? So Netflix is a membership site. Hulu is a membership site. Dating.com is a membership site. I was watching a Joan Rivers special called How'd You Get So Rich? By the way, they sell that series on Netflix for $9.99. Not on Netflix, on iTunes, in the iTunes store for $9.99. I promise you, buying that'll be one of the best investments of your life, to go buy that season of Joan Rivers' show called How'd You Get So Rich? I've watched him so many times and just got inspired. There was a guy, and I know I've told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again because it always blows my mind. Young guy in his 30s, coming out of the Cartier store, Hollywood Boulevard, LA, and Joan Rivers runs up to him. You're coming out of the Cartier store, you must be rich. What'd you buy? He said, I bought some earrings and a necklace. How much were they? Well, the earrings were $16,000 and the necklace was $22,000. $16,000 for some earrings, $22,000 for a necklace. That's $38,000 this 30-something-year-old spent in that Cartier store for the girl that was on his arm, one of the girls that was on his arm. Maybe he had two girls. Maybe one of them he got the earrings for and the other one he got the necklace for, right? Okay, $38,000. She said, you spent $38,000? You must be rich. How'd you get so rich? He said, I own a membership site. What kind of membership site? It's a dating site. She said, how much is your membership? He said, $40 a month. She said, how many members do you have? He said, I have 2 million members. She said, that's $80 million a month. He said, Joan, your math is very good. Membership site. Now, a membership site is a great way to make money, but it has some challenges. It has some barriers. What are some of the barriers? Well, one barrier of starting a membership site is cost, right? Like, I have a membership site. The cost for the platform that I host my membership site on, my membership site platform is $297 a month. That's just for the membership site platform. Okay? Then, so you got the cost, right? Then you've got the tech. You've got to know how to program the membership site. Then, in addition to that, so you got the cost, you've got the tech. What else do you have? Now you've got the content. You've got to have some content to put on the membership site. And then you got to have time, and you got to, and then you got to have a payment processor, right? So there's a bunch of barriers, right? So the average person is not going to go out and start a membership site. So what I did is I started a membership site with you in mind. You say, Myron, what do you mean you started a membership site with me in mind? I started a membership site that is an educational platform. It's all about education. Financial literacy, business development, biblical perspective. That's this educational portal that I created. I created it for a specific group of people who like financial literacy, business development from a biblical perspective. That's who I created this membership site for. It's an educational platform. In the educational platform, on this membership site, what you get, by the way, let me ask you a question. How many of you have learned something in this presentation that I've done tonight? If you've learned something that's valuable to you and you think might be valuable to your family tonight on this presentation, just type, I've learned something. Or, yeah, it's valuable, or something. This content that I'm teaching you right now is the kind of content that our membership site is going to be full of. Now, here's why I say it's going to be full of. Because we don't want to overwhelm you and just dump a bunch of content on you. So here's what we do. We give you 2 audios per week. You get 2 audios per week. You get 1 video per month. And that is all, that's what you get. And your education, you keep growing your education. I'm standing right now in my office with a large majority of my success library. I have invested over $300,000 in this noggin. In that noggin right there, over 300 grand to learn business development, financial literacy, right? I've applied a lot of those principles to my life, and I've taken notes and paid attention to the results. That's what I teach in this membership site. Okay? You get 2 audios a week, you get 1 video per month, and it's not $40 a month, it's not $400 a month. By the way, when I do live seminars all over the world, I have training programs. I've got my books that range from $20 all the way up to my highest price program, which is $100,000 a year. Then you may say, well, $100,000 a year, nobody's going to buy that. Okay, well, I'm going to let you believe that. I'm going to keep on selling. Okay? Now, that's the price range of the products that I sell, but this membership site is exactly $27.99 per month, and it's going to stay that way at least as long as we're in pre-launch, and we're in pre-launch for 90 days. $27.99 a month, and for that you get 2 audios and 1 video per month. Now, here's what's really cool. I've decided to create an affiliate program. Now, you may have never heard, that may be new terminology to you, but affiliate program means that when you promote my membership, when we do a membership drive, and you promote the membership, I'm going to pay you a portion of the membership fee that you refer. You say, how much am I going to pay you? I'm going to pay you 72%. Say, Myron, why 72%? I don't know if y'all want me to tell you why 72% or not, because I've been going for 40 minutes. Do you want me to tell you why 72%? If you do, you can let me know there. So I pay 72%. And that 72% is so significant on so many levels. Like the hardest thing for people to wrap their mind around, so far, at least from conversations that I've had, the thing that's hard for people to wrap their mind around, well, why would he pay us most of the money? That doesn't make sense. Okay, so let me tell you what happens to the $27.99. So when the $27.99 comes in, right, the merchant account company gets 84 cents. That's how much they charge me to charge your card $27.99. That leaves me with $27.15. When you refer a member, I'm going to pay you $20.15, and I'm going to make $7. Wait a minute. Are you saying, Myron, are you saying you pay for the site, you pay for the credit card processing, you put all the content on, you create the content, you took care of all the tech and all of the expense of that and all the time of all that, and if I promote the membership and somebody buys it from me, you're going to pay me most of the money and you're only going to get $7? That's what I'm telling you. And you may be wondering, why would you do that? I'm going to tell you why I would do that. I would do that because I understand the biblical principle of collaboration. The biblical principle of collaboration is this. If one will chase 1,000, 2 will put 10,000 to flight. I'm going to write these numbers up here for you. If one will chase 1,000, 2 will put 10,000 to flight. Now that's a war term, but I'm going to write it in a wealth term. And here's the wealth term I'm going to use, right? If one person, that's Myron, that's me right there. You can tell because I got my hat on. Right? That's me. If one person can make $1,000, now I'm putting it in wealth terms, right? Here's what the scripture says. Oh, this is you. And we're going to make this a girl because right now the #1 money earner affiliate promoter is a girl. So that's Keisha. Sorry, Keisha. Okay, but that's you. Okay, anyway. So that's me. That's Keisha. The scripture says if one person, Myron can make 1,000 by himself. Here's what happens. 2 can make 10,000. So me and Keisha team up. We can make $10,000. Even if I give you 72% of that 10,000. So let's take out $7,200. Let's take out $7,200 out of that 10,000. Right. That's okay. 7,200. That leaves me with how much? Oh, that's right. That leaves me with $2,800. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm giving away most of it. I get that. I get that. But let me ask you a question. Which is more? Which is a bigger number? 2,800 or 1,000? Even if I'm giving away 72%, I'm still better off partnering with other people, almost 3 times better off partnering with other people. And here's what's cool. I'm not just partnering with one person. I'm partnering with hundreds, and then thousands, and then tens of thousands, and then hundreds of thousands, and then hopefully millions of people. And yes, I'm going to give all of them 72%, and I'm going to be happy. Can you imagine when we have 1 million members that you guys have referred? 1 million members. And I'm paying out $20 million a month in commissions. But I'm making $7 million a month. I would never be able to go out and do enough sales by myself to make $7 million a month. Now you know my motivation. Okay, so, girls rock. Hashtag girls rock. That's what Keisha said. Yeah, they do. Okay, so now, why 72%? Okay, I'm going to show you why 72%. There's 2 reasons. One is the rule of what? 72. Now, you know what's tragic to me? I'll tell you what's tragic. It's tragic, and it's a crime against humanity and a crime against children that they will make you learn algebra in the 3rd grade. They'll make you memorize a bunch of dates that you'll never use. They'll teach you how to diagram sentences and dangle participles, and they don't teach the stinking rule of 72. You say, Myron, you sound like you're mad about that. I am. Because the rule of 72 affects your life every day of your life as an adult. Because when you buy a car, the interest rate of that car is calculated by the rule of 72. When you borrow money on a credit card, the rule of 72 is at play. When you borrow money to buy a house, the rule of 72 is at play. You got the rule of 72 working against you in almost every financial transaction you have, and you have it working for you in none of them. So I figured 72%. I like 72. That's a good number, right? Here's the other reason. Now I'm going to break down to you why all of the prices are the way they are. And you're going to notice this is something, I believe that one of the reasons people are broke is because they've been lied to about money their whole life. So one of the things that I desire to do in the Virtual Millionaire Club is to teach what I call Amet Asher. You say, what is Amet Asher? Amet Asher is the truth about wealth. The truth about wealth? Yeah, what does that mean? I'm going to show you. So, Amet is Aleph, Mem, I messed up. Mem, and Tav. Aleph, Mem, Tav. Okay? That is the Hebrew word for truth. Aleph, Mem, Tav. Amet, or Emet. But Amet is the Hebrew word for truth. This is why you say, what's that got to do with 9? I'm about to show you. Every letter in the Hebrew language is also a number. The number for Aleph is 1. The number for Mem is 40. The number for Tav is 400. So if you add these together, you come up with 441, right? That 441 is the number for truth. But they have this concept in the Hebrew culture called gematria. It's the geometry of letters, or the geometry of the numbers that are associated with letters. And here's what's amazing. They take these numbers and they do all kinds of cool things with them. One of the things they do is they add these together. So 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So the word for truth is Amet. Amet is made up of the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, the middle letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which is showing you that in order for you to know the truth about anything, you have to understand the beginning, the middle, and the end. That's pretty cool. So if you look at just the end, you can't know the truth. Another thing that's really interesting about Amet is you will see that all of these letters stand on two legs, right? Aleph, Mem, and Tav, they all stand on two legs. There are three letters. There's a principle in the scripture that says that at the mouth of two legs, or three letters, witnesses, let the truth be established. So that's the word Amet. Now 9 is the number for truth. Every number has significance. 1 is the number for the unity of God. 2 is the number for the separation or the holiness of God. 3 is the number of the Trinity of God. 4 is the number of the earth. 5 is the number of man, 5 is the number of grace. 6 is the number of man. 7 is the number of completion or perfection. 8 is the number of wealth and the number of infinity and new beginnings. Really awesome. One of these days I'll teach you something really cool about 8, right? The number 8, which is really a whole cool lesson by itself. But 9 is the number of truth. Why is 9 the number of truth? I'm going to show you why 9 is the number of truth. And you're going to see why our prices are structured the way they are. Okay, 9 is the number of truth because no matter what number you multiply times 9, 1 times 9 equals 9. 2 times 9 equals 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. 3 times 9 equals 27. 2 plus 7 is 9. 4 times 9 is 36. 3 plus 6 is 9. No matter what number you multiply times 9, when you add the sum and you keep adding the sum of those digits together until you come to a single digit number, that single digit number will always be 9. What does that show us? That shows us that just like 9, the truth cannot be hidden. That is so awesome! That is so awesome! You said so. That's why everything in the Virtual Millionaire Club is based on 9. 8, which is the number of wealth or abundance, times 9, which is the number of truth. Talk to me, everybody. Somebody tell me how much that is. Oh yeah, it's 72. I got chills. Ooh. That's crazy amazing. Okay. Anyway, I got excited. So that's 72. So, and because it's 72, 7 plus 2 is 9. So that's why I pay out 72%. That's why the membership, and I make a big deal out of it, is not $28. It's $27.99. Because 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18, plus 9 is 27, and 2 plus 7 is 9. Every price point in the Virtual Millionaire Club will always come back to 9. The next product that we're going to be introducing on Saturday, in the beginning of April, is $99.99. Why? It's all 9s, right? The next product that we're going to introduce in April is $297.99. Again, 9s. The next product is $999.99. Now you understand the significance of the 9s and the significance of 72%. The Virtual Millionaire Club pays out 72%, which means every member, every person that you sell a membership to, you make $20.15. Now, I covered a lot of stuff. I'm almost done. But I'm about to rock your natural world. Oh yeah, pop them up. Okay, here we go. I'm about to rock your natural world. Here we go. If you have, at the rate you're saving money right now, the question I have for you is how long is it going to take you to save up $1 million? And don't say a long time. A long time. A long time is not an amount of time. I'm going to tell you how long. At the rate you're saving right now, if you're saving $100 a month, it's going to take you 833 years to save $1 million. We already wrote $1 million. So that's not feasible because you're not going to be here that long. So let's say you do 1,000. Well, if you save $1,000, it's going to take you 83.3 years to save $1 million. If you're saving $1,000 a month consistently and you ain't cheating, you ain't quitting, right? Okay, so that's probably not feasible either. So here's what you're going to have to do. You want to get rich in the next 10 years? Here's what you got to do. You got to save $10,000 a month, and you can have $1 million in 8.3 years. Okay, that's doable. Except for a lot of you listening to me right now aren't even making $10,000 a month yet, so how are you going to save $10,000 a month? Now, if you had $1 million, by some, you had an uncle or an aunt die and you didn't know them and they didn't know you, but they heard about you and they wanted to leave you some money. They left you $1 million. So you got $1 million. Are you a millionaire? This means yes, you're a millionaire. But if you spend one of those dollars, are you still a millionaire? You're not still a millionaire. What are you? You're 999,999 in there. So if you got $1 million, you don't want to spend the money. You want to do what with the money? You want to invest the money and live off the interest. So let's say you can get 6% on that $1 million. That's going to give you $5,000 a month in passive cash flow. I'm sorry, I did that wrong. I got there too fast. I skipped a step. 6%, 6% times $1 million is $60,000 a year. You take the $60,000, you divide it by 12 months, that's going to give you $5,000 a month. Passive cash flow, right? So, what you want to do is you want to get that $1 million, not so you can spend the million, but not so you can go buy a new Lamborghini, not so you can go buy a new Maserati, but why? So you can live off of $5,000 a month without you having to go out and get it. How many of y'all are picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know you're here. Let me know you're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay, here it is. So here's what happens. If the objective is to get to the million so that you can have the $5,000 a month passive, then the real objective is to get to the $5,000 a month passive. And we learned in elementary school that two things that are equal to the same thing are also equal to each other. Which means, let me draw that one out for you so you can know. And by the way, I'm going to do another Facebook Live tomorrow night for all the new members that get started tonight. I'm going to do another Facebook Live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay? So, let's say you have a $1. So I've got right here $1. Got $1. Over here, I've got 4 quarters. And over here, I've got 2 50-cent pieces, 2 half dollars. 4 quarters is equal to $1. 2 50-cent pieces is equal to $1. If these two things are both equal to this thing, then these two things are equal to each other. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Here's what that means. If you have $1 million invested at 6% and it pays you $5,000 a month positive cash flow, anything you do that pays you $5,000 a month positive cash flow is equal to $1 million to you. It gives you the exact same lifestyle. That's why we call it the Virtual Millionaire Club, because you can actually live the lifestyle of somebody who has $1 million invested at 6% without you having to wait 833 years to save it up. Okay. Now, you make $20 for every membership you sell. $20 a month you make for every membership you sell. Here's what that means. If you go out and you get, I want you to get this now, you go out and you get 10 new memberships a month. 10. So, and you're making $20 a month. So $20, it's 2015, but I'm just going to say 20. $20 a month times 10 new memberships. Every month you're increasing your income by $200 a month. If you do this times 25 months, because $200 a month, right? Okay, this equals, I'm just skipping too many steps. So this equals $200 a month. If you do that times 25 months, if you do that for 25 months, in 25 months, you have the lifestyle of a millionaire, and you are a virtual millionaire. And that's why you deserve to join the Virtual Millionaire Club. Now, here's what's really, really cool. If you go out and you get 10 new members a week, you'll have a millionaire lifestyle in 10 weeks. If you get 10 new members a day, in 25 weeks. If you go get 10 new members a day, you'll have a virtual millionaire lifestyle, get this now, in 25 days. That's how the Virtual Millionaire Club works. You waste more than $25 a month $28. You waste more than $27.97 a month, or 99 cents a month on Starbucks coffee. You waste more than $27.99 a month on soda. You waste more than $27.99 a month on cable television. I'm talking about investing $27.99 a month in your mind so that you can learn the principles of business development and financial literacy from a biblical perspective, so that you can learn how to go out and create wealth for your family, and then get paid for inspiring other people and pointing other people in the same direction to learn the things that you're learning. We are an educational portal. This is not some money game. This is an educational portal. Did you learn something tonight? Like, did you learn things tonight that you're scratching your head and saying, how did I live to be this long and not know this already? If you learned those kinds of things tonight, what you need to do is you need to click the link above this video. Somebody shared this on their page and you saw it. You need to click the link above this video, and you need to get started with the Virtual Millionaire Club tonight. Don't wait till tomorrow. Do it now. Do it now, so that tomorrow when I do a Facebook Live, you can get your friends to come see, and I can do the work for you. Think about it like this. You're paying, if you think of it like this. Hey, I built the platform. I'm even doing the presentation. You can hire Myron Golden to sell for you, and you only have to pay me $27.99 a month. And if you enroll with if you buy the membership from another affiliate, you're only paying me $7 a month, because that's all I'm getting. You can't beat this with a hammer. I want you, by the way, folks, those of you who are members of the Virtual Millionaire Club, I want you to stress the education. Don't just stress the money that you can make. Stress the education. The stuff that I'm teaching, like the stuff I taught you tonight, this is important. The stuff that's inside the Virtual Millionaire Club, the very first video in there, is going to knock your socks off of your feet, even if you have shoes on. So when you're talking to people about the Virtual Millionaire Club, don't just talk to them about the money. You've got to talk to them about the education, because the education is what the membership's all about. If you came to this presentation from my page, just inbox me. If you came through Myron Golden's page, just inbox me and say, hey, Myron, send me a link. But if you came through somebody else's page, if you saw that somebody shared it, and you saw it because Carrie White or I'm trying to see who's all on here, or Tamika Walker, or if you came on because Kemp Satchel or somebody invited you, or they posted, or Deborah Smith posted on their Facebook wall, then click the link on their Facebook wall, or Greg Napier. If you saw it on their, or Dave Kaufman, or Michelle Moore, or whoever, if you saw this because somebody posted on their Facebook wall, click on their link, click the link above this video. There's a link up there right now. Click it. Get started with the Virtual Millionaire Club, and I'll see you on the inside, and I'll see all of you tomorrow night. And we're going to do another presentation tomorrow night that's totally different. I mean, it's going to end up the same way, but what I'm doing is I am showing the depth of the content that is inside the Virtual Millionaire Club, so people will know that even if they don't want to promote the membership, they definitely want to learn the stuff that's inside. I mean, how many of you feel like, Tamika said, this is priceless? In fact, I'm going to read some of the comments. I'm going to read some of the comments that people were saying. I'm going to do it on my iPad, so I don't have to get my face so close to that camera. That's kind of scaring me. So I know it's making other folks nervous. So I'm just going to read some of the comments that people were saying on here. Comments. Wow, there's 134 comments. That's a lot of comments. Tamika Walker said, click it. Deborah Smith and 3 other people are watching. Keisha Bass said, love it. I'm excited about being a virtual millionaire. You're on your way too, sister. Ronnie Burton said, someone help me. Carrie White said, this is an educational portal. Yes, I learned. Tamika said, come join me. Ronnie Burton said, I lost me $5,000 a month. Isn't a million you need to $8,000 a month to make? I don't know what that means. But I'll help you out ask the person who invited you. Keisha Bass, man, this was good. Game on. So if you got comments, you got questions, Myron, I need your link to sign up. Okay, inbox me, Yori. Inbox me. Latoya Dansby. This information is priceless. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you right now, if you as a Virtual Millionaire Club member will stress the education that's inside this portal, and if you send this video, if you share this video with somebody and say, guys, you're going to learn stuff about money you never learned in your life. You're going to learn stuff about business development you never learned in your life if you'll just watch this video. And this is the kind of stuff that's inside the Virtual Millionaire Club, except you're going to get one audio, you're going to get 2 audios a week and 1 video per month. By the way, I'm not going to be doing these Facebook Lives every night forever. I'm doing it right now because we're in pre-launch mode and it's the end of the month, and I'm giving away an iPhone 7 to the person who enrolls the most members over 50 between now and Friday night. By the way, everybody who enrolls members between now and Friday night, you will be paid. Your checks will go out this weekend, right? You're going to get paid this weekend. So get ready. All right. So with that in mind, I appreciate you. This has a lot of value. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you guys go. Tomorrow night at 7, I'm going to be live here again. And then Thursday night at 7, and then Friday night, maybe not Friday night, because me and my wife usually go out. Depends on if we're going to go out earlier, if we're going to go out later. If we go out earlier on Friday night, I'll do a Facebook Live a little earlier. But if not, I'll do one at 7. I'm going to do one every night this week, so you guys can go out and get some members to become members of the Virtual Millionaire Club. All right, guys. Click the link above this video, or if you came in through my page, send me an inbox me, and I got you covered before I go to bed tonight. Peace out.